white people are allowed Wi-Fi?
And her dad went all the way to Australia.
This is going to be the most exciting night of my life.
This is from We Got Told to Write a Book and is by Aisha P. What makes me, well, me? A lot of people say I'm a kind and supportive person, that I'm always there for others when they need them. I believe that's true, for the most part at least. My friends mean a lot to me. I care deeply about what they think. They're all like family. I ask my friends what they think of me. My friend Maya calls me a psychotic maniac because I chased her around with a shopping cart once. My best friend Megan thinks I'm the most annoying person in the world, but she also says I'm the most supportive. Elsie, another one of my friends, calls me funny, nice and sensitive, which isn't true, at least I think. I can speak 2 languages, which I don't think is that special, but a lot of people say it's pretty cool.
This is a piece by Alexander J. I think I'm special because I'm different from everyone else. My personality is basically impeccable because I'm funny, smart, loving, and everything about me is absolutely perfect, at least in my opinion. I'm also a dancer. I do modern dance, which I quite like. I used to love it, but then I lost interest in it. I really love my friends with all of my heart. I really don't know what I would do without them. You know what? Not everyone's going to like you. You're always going to have hate, whether you know it or not. I certainly know I always get hated on no matter what I do. But do I care? No, I don't. I really don't care what people think of me because at the end of the day, only you have to be okay with yourself. People sometimes ask me if I think I am better than everyone else. Recently, I heard a quote about this which goes, I don't think I am better than everyone. People think I am better than them. I just feel like that speaks to my soul. But I'm getting off topic. I was born in Copenhagen and raised in Denmark for 12 years. Then I moved to Scotland and it was really tricky. I had nearly no friends except these twins. They were all right. But when they moved school, I had really no friends. Then I met my friend Esther, but we weren't that close. Later, this new girl, Marta, came from Spain and she was nice. We talked for a while and became closer with her and some more people. That felt amazing. I've never been happier. And it was all thanks to Marta.
This is a story by Hubert K. I am obsessed with hats. I'm interested in a few things. Some tie in with each other, and I love music, animation, playing bass guitar, trombone, drawing, art, gaming, character design, cycling. I'm obsessed with birds. My nickname is Hubert, and many other pets. Here's the story of how I got Hubert, my favourite cat, from my dad. I'm from Poland and we have a good, stable life. It all started when he got fired, quit, because another company bought the company my dad worked for. His job was security, police. It was like the police, but it was called Argus, so we had less money. And with only one of my parents' wages, we wouldn't have enough money. So we went to the next best thing, getting my dad a different job. That didn't work well. Eventually, my dad came up with the idea of going to Scotland for a year or 2. This opportunity came along when my auntie and uncle were moving here for a year or 2. I want to mention that I wasn't involved in any of this. I was 4 to 6 years old. So my mum and dad decided that Dad would go there first for a month. Now, me and my dumb little brain thought I would never see my dad again. My mum had a ringtone, and she told me whenever it rang, I got sad because it reminded me of Dad. Now that I'm writing this, I realise how dumb this is. A lot happened over the few weeks my dad was gone. I forgot about it after 2 hours and went back to playing with my cousins. The next thing I knew is that in 2 weeks I was going to this place called Scotland. I can't remember if I cried or not, but I remember that I was very excited when I saw an airplane. I know this has nothing to do with hats, but bear with me. We got on the airplane and my ears hurt. If you've never went on a plane before, I have to explain. The change in pressure when the plane goes into the sky makes your ears hurt. When we got off the plane and had to wait for 30 minutes in a line to cross the border, and I saw a familiar face. It was my auntie. I ran to her, and the first thing I did was ask her where Dad is. I don't remember what she said. We got in this big, fancy vehicle, a bus, that I'd never seen before. I think I fell asleep immediately. I got woken up, and we got out of the bus. I looked around, amused. I was never in a big city before. I grew up in a little village. My aunt took her to her apartment. By this point I was being carried by my mum. We got in, and there he was, my dad, after a month. I ran up to him and hugged him so hard. At that moment he gave me a little thing. Not a hat. It was a toy car. The next day we went exploring the town, and that day my dad bought me a little thing, a small red cap.
Aisha H. From the book We Got Told to Write a Book, written by a bunch of misfits and narcissists writing about themselves. Stories from the S2 pupils at Drummond Community High School. My name is Aisha. I want to be a marine biologist because I have always liked to swim since I was a little girl. I would like to be a marine biologist because I always enjoy being underwater. I love whales and dolphins because they just have this call to me. They even have a secret language that no human can understand. My favourite dolphin is the Amazon River dolphin because it is pink and has different ways than other dolphins. I would love to work and swim with dolphins. It would make me really happy. Dolphins feel silky, soft and amazing. I am passionate about them. I would like to go to California because they have special species of dolphins and whales. The special thing about dolphins is that they have a unique method of communication called echolocation.
There's a Place by Georgia M. A place I go to when I'm sad is a place inside me that you've never seen. Hay un lugar, Lali Esposito. I like to play volleyball once a week. I've been doing it for 7 years after school. I play volleyball at Drummond from 7 until 9 on a Wednesday. I don't know how I stand out from the others. Maybe I have a somewhat closed character. I can open up to a few people. I talk most with my family. I like shopping, nails, makeup, and going out with friends. I like being on the phone and listening to music. I love pop music. I like solo singers more than groups. My parents would tell me to open up more. My parents wish I would share my feelings with them. They probably worry a little bit about me. I previously lived in Italy with my friends and my family. I moved to Scotland. I came 9-10 years ago. My character and my habits have changed as I got bigger and older. In Italy, I was shy, but I could speak to people. In Scotland, however, I've closed in on myself. I want to go back to Italy, but I still have to get used to being in Scotland. What I miss most about Italy is the temperature. My friends, my family, especially my cousins, the country, the food, the days spent with my friends playing and talking. I've been playing volleyball for 7 years. I started age 7 and played a competition. I won 2 games and I'm good at serving. I like playing volleyball because we need a lot of determination and concentration. I really like fashion and makeup. I like going to the hairdressers. My mum does my hair, and I like it when it's a bit different.
Hello, my name's Sarah Sheridan and I'm going to read this piece by Megan W. You never really think about what makes you special until you have to. Even when you do, you have no clue how to write it. So what makes me special? I'm known for being the mother in my friendship groups, which could sound weird to a lot of people, but it brings me a lot of joy knowing my friends think of me as a mother figure. My friends make me realise how special I am. Whenever there's a problem, they come to me knowing I'll do my best to help them. They know I'll be honest but kind about a situation. My friends make me stronger. The leadership skills they help me build to achieve my goals. I think everyone would agree that I'm a pretty determined person. Even when I was a baby, I was determined to achieve anything. If I want something, I'll work my hardest to achieve it. Responsibility. I love having responsibility. It makes me happy and determined to do my best. People have asked me where all these traits come from. I think they come from my family. Maybe they were always there and they just made them bloom, but my family's life is what made me who I am. You see, my family is different from a lot of others. Over 20 years ago, my mum was pregnant with my older brother. My dad worked as a newspaper deliveryman and he was doing a delivery on an icy night and my mum had joined him. During the delivery, the van tipped. My dad got out and went to help my mum and in the process got hurt badly. My dad's legs were permanently injured. A lot of surgeries later and after a lot of time in hospital, he started recovery. He was in a wheelchair for years. 6 years passed and I was born. My family settled into normal life, at least our normal. My parents couldn't work since my dad was physically disabled and my mum was his carer. My dad can walk but struggles still and has to have a stick. After the accident, my parents' lives changed and so did their children's. I'm really close with my dad and when I was younger I could spend hours just lying down with him and would help him. 10 years later, my little brother came into the world and years after we found out he has autism, which I still find hard to live with, but I wouldn't change anything about him. Although life changed again and the older he gets, the more it changes. That's fine. And normal is settling into place. My parents said that they didn't want this life for us, which I understand. We have things that we can't do that others can, but my brother and I are happy with our lives and wouldn't change anything. My parents went through a traumatic experience, came out of it and started a family. My traits, I feel, came from my mother's caring for my dad and us, and my determination from my dad's will to keep on living. I've written something so private here, so people can understand a little more about what families like us go through, and for people who are like me to know that you're not alone.